Okay, good evening, guys. It's Darren from Jace Media, and tonight I'm in conversation with, is it Elysian or Elysian Divide? Elysian. Elysian Divide. I have Atashi, I have JP, and I have Troy. Good evening, guys.
Hello.
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 How are we? How we doing?
Not bad, not bad.
Wonderful. Yourself?
Well, listen, sorry for the technical mishap.
It's okay. I think it went pretty well considering how it normally goes. Way better than normally. This doesn't happen.
Better than normal. So how are you guys doing? You's okay?
It could be worse. Could be
Trying
worse.
to stay active as a band, and we're having like a weekly calls and you know, doing all the stuff online, trying to, you know, organize things for after the lockdown.
Yeah, it must be difficult, you know, for you guys. What I say to everyone that when I'm reviewing, for us it's easy because, you know, we'll get your music through our inbox and we'll run through it and then we'll review it. You guys have spent, you know, maybe a few weeks, a couple of months in the studio putting stuff together, and then, you know, the lockdown happens and you can't do anything with it. You know, and especially because everyone's in different houses in different parts of the country. For us guys, I'll just go, oh, I'm going to pop in Elysian Divide's CD and give it a whirl. So it's easier for us guys than it is for you guys. So it must be really difficult.
I think the most difficult is not to have live gigs and rehearsals because we I really miss the guys, and I really need that kind of weekly catch up face to face and like shouting in the microphone for a few hours to feel like sane, to be honest. And obviously the stage withdrawal syndromes are really heavy at the moment.
Yeah, you know, it must be hard because I think if you spend that much time doing the music and, you know, making it and laying it down, you want to get out there to the guys and just blow their socks off, you know, and it must be difficult.
Yeah, we got really lucky because right before lockdown we shot the music video, so there was quite a lot of like background work with editing and kind of working together with Gary, who was shooting for us like on the editing versions. So we were pretty busy, and John, being like himself, he's like writing tens and dozens of songs at the moment for new material, and we're keeping ourselves busy, like trying to learn new stuff, so that when we come back, we can just crack on with the.
Yeah, I mean, it must be, you know, it's just hard because, you know, that you know, in this age, you know, you see a lot of guys doing, you know, the virtual gigs and things like this, and and I think that's probably the way of keeping the music alive. You know, the other for us is that we get you guys on video, you know, and we tell the world, you know, we have probably between 60 and 80,000 hits every month. So, you know, your review of Loser that I did, you know, goes onto the website, and then it gets picked up, you know, we have places in Australia, we have places in America, we have places in Canada, you know, that you know, that may listen to it, you know, the type of style of music. They might go, oh, yeah, let's take that and play it on one of our stations. So, you know, for us, it's about trying to help you guys.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Listen, you know, it's not a problem. I just, you know, the good thing for me, I hope that's not alcohol, JP.
No, I assure you it's water.
That's all right, because
I also got orange juice here.
Troy, what have you got? You've got a toilet roll. So we're all right.
A lovely bottle of water here.
Water. I like that. A bit of clean living. I like that. None of that rock and roll stuff. Getting hammered. No.
I quite like. Very rock and roll knitting kit in here as well.
But you know, like
especially after that comment.
Sorry, Troy.
What did you say?
Oh, you cut out there. What was that?
I'm saying, what did you say? You were saying something and it cut out.
Oh no, I'll see you. Go on.
No, okay. You know, for us, it's a joy because what I do is every day. You know, I'm probably reviewing 8-10 albums a day.
Oh wow!
Of different genres, country music. You know, techno. Woo! bit of techno, death metal, synth music, rock music, pop music, you know. And basically for us, it's nice that you know, when we do a review, that sometimes, you know, you a band that catches your ear, you know, and you kind of think, wow, that's really good, you know, I really enjoyed that. So, you know, and as I say, the good thing about this job is that I do this every day. So I listen to new genres every single day, do you know? And sometimes I'll go back and go, I want to plug that in and play that again, you know, which is really good for me, you know. And obviously, when your single landed on my lap, I was totally blown away.
Oh.
I must admit. I think Tashi, your vocals are incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, really. You know, I got the real feel of the, you know, the track. You know, it's a shit. I've only listened to the one track, but you know, for me, when you listen to someone, you think, wow, that's just, you know, the groove that comes with it, the musicality, the arrangement, you know, and how you listen to it. You know, I'm sitting here, I've got my cans on, you know, and it's blasted. It's up at probably 100, and I'm just nodding my head, you know, and I'm thinking, wow, put it on again. And I'm letting my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm listening to some death metal. And she's like, what? Yeah, some death metal. Listen to this. And she's like, no, you're all right. But, you know, for me, it's good to listen to different genres and, you know, something that catches your ear. So I must say, you know, well done on the single. It's a belter. It's a cracking little track.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know, listen, I totally I get, you know, when you guys are trying to get it, you know, get it out there and make it, it's hard. It's really, really hard, you know. So groups like us, you know, we try and help you guys as much as we can, because it's important that, you know, that you're trying to keep music alive. You know, this is a horrible time for you know. I've been furloughed for 14 weeks now.
Oh, wow.
You know, so I'm sitting about the house all day, listening to music in my shorts, watching crappy TV, just getting my daily dose of heavy metal, you know, and it's great, you know. So for you guys, it must be hard. Are you writing material while you're off, or are you sitting watching crappy telly?
Yeah. John, do you want to go?
I mean, to be honest, I'm still working. I was never furloughed. But yeah, I still write. I think so far I've got about 9 songs ready for the new album.
Excellent.
So I think we're looking to record maybe 16 or 17 for various campaigns that we have in thought for next album. But yeah, still going strong, still writing, and still everything on.
What's the crack with the new songs? Are you close to getting them down?
As a full band, I think we probably have maybe 1 or 2 down. That's what we managed to get through before lockdown happened. The rest, I think, are pretty much they're kind of somewhere between ready to go. So the guys are learning them; they're learning their parts. Some of them are just kind of going back and forth. You know, when's it going to be ready?
Yeah. And who writes most of the songs?
At the moment, pretty much me.
Just yourself.
At the moment, yeah. So generally, I've got a bit of a process. So I'll write something. I'll leave it a couple of days, come back to it, change it all around, and if it's good enough, only if it's good enough, I'll send it off to Tashi to kind of do, you know, maybe some rough vocals or come up with a vocal line. But yeah, I mean, typically a song takes a very long, hard path to actually become an Elysian Divide song. I'm not really afraid to dump stuff if it's not good enough. So yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah, I guess it. You know, I think it's, you know, when you try and come together as a unit, you know, you kind of, you know what fits and you know what is an Elysian Divide song.
Yeah.
And exactly. You know if it's good enough or not good enough. You know, and I think that's the difference, that, you know, you guys as a unit, as a band, as individuals coming together will, you know, think it's good, bad, or indifferent. You know, we'll fling it into the CD slot and go, yeah, that's quite a good song. You know, you guys might think, you know, it didn't make the cut, or it made the cut because, you know, and that's obviously the difference. You know, like for musicians, you know, as a reviewer, we write what we hear. So when I hear a good lick or a good chorus line or a good lyric, you know, I'll write that down. And obviously, I don't know if you've read my review. I don't know if you had it.
I did.
I don't know what you thought of it, JP. I don't know if it was on the mark. You know,
I mean, I'd say it was very fair enough. Yeah, perfect.
You know, I think sometimes when you come face to face with bands and you say, "This is what I wrote," you sometimes see their face and they're thinking, and you don't know whether she listened to the same piece of music as me. But I guess for me, it's just I write what I hear. You know, the blistering vocals, you know, and the power drums and things like that. I write all that down. What I do if I'm doing an album, I do a track by track, so that people go, wow, you know, because I think what you've got to do, you've got to immerse yourself in it. You know, you could listen to it and go, yeah, it's a good song, quite thrashy, quite this, quite that, brilliant, you know, and people go, well, he's done a 2-line review. But I guess for me, it's just getting myself immersed in it, you know, to listen to it 2 or 3 times and then start writing on it. You know, so I always want to know that, or I always hope that if I'm talking to bands, that they kind of agree with what I'm writing, because it's obviously important, you know, that you guys see me on the same page.
I guess as a band, we're kind of the closest thing to the material, so we kind of know already a little bit what's good and bad, and you know, 90% of the time a reviewer won't pick it up on it, but we will. But it's no harm to have a good review. It's no harm to have a bad review, because if you get a good review, you're on the right track. It's great. If you get a bad review, okay, check it out. I mean, every review is worth listening to, no matter what.
Of course it is, and I think you can take that on board. You know, with with either trying to make it better, or trying to make it a bit crisper, or trying to make it sing a wee bit more. And you know, and I guess you know, some people take your view, some people don't, you know, and some people, I've heard people say to me, "You don't know what you're talking about." Yeah, okay, cool, you know, and I laugh it off, because I think in this industry, and you guys will probably know that you have to have a bit of thick skin.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you've had many kickbacks in your time where you kind of thought you've done good and then something's happened. I don't know if that's happened to you.
I think we've had our fair share of kicks in the stomach, but I mean, you just have to roll with the punches and just go with it.
I think we didn't really have any like bad ones. I think there was one gig review that was kind of a bit disappointing, but it was mainly because I guess the guy saw us the first time with a different lineup. And then we changed the lineup a little bit. So that was like you know, a gig where we had a person for the first time. No one that is actually playing with us now, but because that was like just a guest musician, and for some reason the guy didn't like that new person, and he was so disappointed, because he was I think that was a bassist, and I think this guy is a bassist himself, so he took it quite personally, and that was quite funny to read. Although we did pretty good, because that was a competition as well, and I think we were second in the end or something. That was only once that I remember. It was like quite harsh, but mostly that one person related, which is quite funny.
It must be hard, you know. So is that why you brought Troy in? Because this is your time to shine, Troy. You need to stick up for the bass player, give it to us, and tell us why you have brought in, and you're the man that's actually saved Elysian Divide.
I mean, he's been doing a cracking job, I'll tell you that.
This is your time to shine, Troy. Come on.
That's pretty much how I've been seeing it as well. I come in and save the whole day. It was all a disaster, and then I come in and sorted everything out. Yeah, so you took the words right out of my mouth, Darren. I'm losing you a little bit.
I think we're lucky to live in the time.
I'm just obviously trying to get it right. I'm trying to big you up here. You know, you're the savior of Elysian Divide. So don't listen to the two of them. You just give it to me. Tell me what's what, and I'll when I obviously this goes out live, you're going to shine on this video. So give it to me.
Troy's making so much effort for the band. Like, I don't know, you remember from the video, like I forced him to wear a dress, basically, and he embraced this kind of challenge really well.
Oh, yeah.
And he loved it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing a dress. I don't know if I would fit into your dress, because I'm rather a large man, so I don't know if it would look right on me. I don't know if Troy fits the bill. Obviously, maybe if similar.
It was better than on myself, to be honest.
He did look pretty.
Yeah, no, it was quite. Let's say it was comfortable. I was comfortable in the dress. Although it only hit me like the night before. We realised because the filming was in a bar, and I didn't realise until the night before we didn't have a bar. Luckily, I work in one, so I was like, "No worries. I'll ask my boss. We'll get it sorted, and then we'll film in there." And then once he confirmed, once he agreed, said that's all right. They didn't know what was going to be in the video, and then I realised it clocked. I'm like, wait, I'm going to be wearing a dress in front of all my colleagues now.
Were you wearing high heels, Troy?
Pardon?
Were you wearing high heels?
No, I wasn't. I was wearing trainers, and I didn't think of the shoes. So we had to make sure the filming was all above ankles.
You were obviously going for that grungy look with the trainers and stuff. You know,
unfortunately, I don't own a pair of high heels anymore.
Anymore.
I like that. I like that anymore, Troy. That's quite good because obviously you're in touch with your feminine side, and I like that. I like that when you come on and you tell me you wear a dress, and
what can I say?
You have the hair for it, so you can flick it back when you're stalking about. And maybe that's why you've got the toilet paper. Maybe that goes in the front. I'm not sure.
I don't think I want to know why the toilet paper is there.
It was literally just to hold up my phone.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, yes. I like that. This is my
official
holder.
In the phone holder.
I like that. So,
hay fever.
What's your plans? Kind of, no one knows when lockdown is going to end. Did you have anything planned, kind of middle to late year, of trying to get out and do some songs, play some gigs, or is it just up in the air?
I mean, it is a little bit up in the air. Kind of before the lockdown happened, we had gigs planned. We're planning on. We're actually discussing going to more places like Bristol, way up north as well, like Leeds and all these other places. Unfortunately, those haven't come to fruition because of the
Glasgow. You ever think about coming to Glasgow?
We would love to.
Oh, I'd love to go. I really want to go to Scotland. Never been.
Glasgow loves a bit of rock and roll. I've
played Glasgow twice in my life. It's fantastic. It's great fish and chips as well.
They love the rock and roll. They just love a good night out. When someone comes to town, they go bonkers for a bit of rock. So hopefully, when the pandemic leaves us and everything's good, and if you do get on the road, please come to Scotland. Give me a shout. We'll catch a beer, and we'll do a bit of rocking.
So we actually had a festival planned for May, which is now moved to November. Basically, it's going to happen on a Halloween night.
Okay.
Which is still under the question mark. If the venues are open, then it will happen in the end of October, 1st November. But we're gonna play. I think originally that was planned and Where was it?
It was Sheffield, was it?
Rotterdam. So quite up north as well. I'm not sure if the location will still stay around that area.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much one thing that was rescheduled so far, and
there's also Bostock as well that was rescheduled. Well,
Bostock, yeah. And as I say, I think it's just it's horrendous, that you have all of these festivals that are getting cancelled or postponed. When you guys are kind of geared up to go out and do your bit, and then you get the phone call, you get the email to say that it's been postponed. And no one knows when live music's going to return.
Well, I mean, to be honest, tonight I'm actually preparing to not leave for download tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Same to me here.
Said to me, do you want to do a virtual download coverage tonight? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Sit in my bottle of red, virtually talking about a gig that's not going to happen, and that's really difficult. It's hard,
Yeah.
When you kind of you gear yourself up for it, and you gear yourself up to do 2 or 3 days of rocking out, And for us, it's good because we get to see all different bands. We get to meet all different bands and listen to their experiences and kind of what they've been up to. And it's really weird, that for 18 weeks, 16 weeks now, there's been no chats of what anybody's been doing. You know, you get lots of live stuff on Facebook and and YouTube and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll write about stuff that's on Facebook and YouTube, but it's not the same as being out there in a sweaty hall somewhere, like rocking out and just enjoying yourself.
It's not the same atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
we were thinking about like whether we can do like a live performance, but then everyone at their own houses. But unfortunately, that wouldn't match up really well because all the connections are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
there's no tool at the moment to actually be able to play together.
I think it's hard because you say let's get the four of us together, and let's start at exactly the same time and let's be on key, and it's never
Not gonna go well.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's never possible. It's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
It must be hard for you guys to to sit there at night after night, when you've written songs, to get out there and do it. Do you know?
I mean, I guess we're kind of making the most of it. I mean, I guess the downtime has kind of allowed us to take advantage of not being able to do anything and just really kind of plan out what our next stages are and kind of really think about what the plan is. And I think we've got a very good cohesive plan that hopefully 2021 is when we're going to kind of realize it and bring these out.
I think Troy's thinking about what dresses to take on tour.
I've got a lovely red number for you. It's lovely.
Well, red was the colour in the video as well. Need a different colour.
It's a slightly different red. It's slightly redder red.
So I don't think you're going to live that down, Troy.
Pardon?
I don't think you're going to live that down.
That's fine. I'm fine by that. Well, there's another thing with the.
I think you guys need to send me a picture of that. You need to send me the video, and then I can then put it on Jace Media, and you can be out there, Troy.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. So how is the how are you? Has there been a few people that's heard your tracks? Have you put it out to a couple of media companies, or are you releasing it slowly?
I mean, to be honest, the first two releases, we pretty much handled the PR ourselves. The first album we didn't do a lot, and I think that kind of showed. But for Beast, I think we spent about 2 months kind of, hitting up reviews, that kind of thing. And that did a lot better. I think we received a much better bit of feedback from that.
Yeah, so, there were loads of really good reviews from there, like loads and loads in the month before release, which actually really helped with the album, with the EP later on. Yeah,
of course. And obviously it helped that you've got a better bass player. I think that helped as well. Better bass player always does it. So I'm fighting your corner there, Troy. I'm fighting your corner. You need to come on.
Appreciate that.
I mean, do you know how he joined the band? All right, so we're basically set outside rehearsal, and we had a dead bassist at the time, and he pretty much said, "This is going to be my last gig with you guys, because obviously, that's it." And Troy was literally walking past at the rehearsal studio, and I said to him, "Hey, do you play bass?" And he said, "I can play bass," and that's how he joined.
I almost missed the opportunity as well. I would have been kicking myself because I was walking out, and I was in a rehearsal with another band playing guitar, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm the guitarist." Stopped in my tracks, realised why he would have been asking that, and then I turned around and I was like, "Well, wait, hold on a minute."
Yeah,
bear in mind, Troy didn't look anything like a metal guitarist or anything, because he was wearing like the
dress.
super bright kind of rainbow colored T-shirt.
It's a flowery top
than anything else. And John was just literally taking a piss, just asking a first guy, and then that was it.
It kind of smacks of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Actually,
it wasn't a dress, but it did have lots of flowers on it.
Listen, I own about 60 shirts, and they have flowers, and they have rainbows, and they have petals on them, Troy. So, I get in touch with my feminine side. I like my flowers. I like my bright colours. I like all that stuff. So, when you come to Glasgow, and you'll see me standing in the crowd, because my shirt will be singing to you. It'll be going, "There's that cracking bass player who likes to wear a dress," and I'll be there with my shirt, and you'll be like, "There's a big man." How are you getting on? Well,
I've got to be honest. I mean, I'm in touch with my feminine side as well. I mean, I love boobs. I mean,
listen, when you love boobs, you love boobs. You know that there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there is not. I don't know. I don't always try to get to you there, Troy. You're thinking that you maybe need to put some boobs in front of that dress. I'm not sure.
Johnny, is that why you're growing boobs now? You just love them so much you want to have your own.
I'm saying nothing. This is a. I think they're trying to pick on you, Troy.
yeah.
I mean, normally John is the one we're trying to pick on. This is quite unusual to me, so I'm trying to rebalance that.
I've done more exercise since lockdown than I ever thought I would do in my entire life. So if I've got boobs now, I'm really insecure.
Aww.
Let's just not start stripping off now, Troy. We'll leave that for another time.
Oh God, he's gone. Oh, there you go.
I dropped you.
Did it?
Trying to squash his phone into that piece of toilet roll. You will stand up. You will stand up.
So it's doing a good job. One slip
absolutely.
Up.
It's listen. It's been great to talk to you guys. I wish you every success.
Okay.
As I say, I really enjoyed the track. It's different because we'll get a snippet. You know, when we get one track, we won't get the EP. So I haven't listened to the EP. So my apologies for that. But what I did listen to, I was absolutely blown away by. So congratulations with that. It was a cracking little number. I did a bit of head nodding to that for a couple of hours. So that's always a good sign. But I hope you guys will stay safe. I hope that when the lockdown comes to fruition, that you will get up to Scotland. And I hope that when you do get up to Scotland, you have more songs or an album on the way. And as I say, this will go on probably tomorrow midday-ish sometime. And it'll obviously be shared by your PR company. And then it'll be shared by us. It'll go on Twitter. It goes on Instagram. It goes on Facebook. It goes on YouTube. It'll go on the GS Media website. And then it'll go off into Tinternet, where everybody will pick it up and look at it and think, wow, there's an interesting bunch of people there. The guy in the bottom wears a dress. The guy at the top's got a doll. And the lovely young lady on the left-hand side is looking as pretty as ever. So I don't know what's going on with the picture. So I don't know what people will think. But let's hope that it'll do well. But once it goes out, I will give you guys a shout to let you know to look out for it. What we normally do, we post it and then it'll get picked up by your fans, because your fans will obviously like it as well. So it'll go out there and hopefully people will pick it up.
We'll definitely share it as well.
Yeah, and there'll be a link to the song as well, so everybody can then listen to the song as well. So it's been a pleasure to talk to you. I really appreciate your time. And I hope that once we get everything sorted, you will hopefully come to Scotland and look me up, and we'll get a drink and we'll have a laugh. I might even wear a red dress, or maybe a black dress. Troy, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I've got size 12 feet, so I don't know. I don't really look attractive in a pair of high heels. But
as long as you guys coordinate, it's fine.
Sorry.
As long as you guys coordinate, it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll work it out the night before.
Yeah, absolutely. Work it out. Now, listen, guys, stay safe. Hope be well, and I hope everybody starts to like the record as much as I did. And this is Darren from JS Media saying thank you to Atashi, thank you to JP, and thank you to Troy. Stay safe, guys, and we'll see you down the road somewhere.
Thank you.
All the best,
guys. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.